Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. My name is Megan Coleman, and I am a content designer at Michaels. So I'm clearly ready for the holidays. I am kicked off and ready to go. Like we just mentioned, the winter workshop is coming up. So if you have kids or know of nieces and nephews or anybody who wants to join us for that, that's coming up soon too. So I'm so happy that you've decided to join us for the 12 days of card making. And today's day, I hope that you like something fun, fast, and easy because that's what I've got for you today. Not very complicated, not very hard to do, but a nice way for you to crank out some really personalized, fun cards that I think everybody will enjoy. So let's go ahead and switch over to my other camera. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for tuning in from all over the place. And here are some of these beautiful cards that we're going to be making. So the extra touch today is going to be a little bit of a 3-dimension. We're going to use foam to just get a little pop to give it some elevation and some levels. And we're going to make some really fun Christmas cards. So I have a couple of packs that I have just been falling in love with that they sell at Michaels. So let me talk you through some of the different types of materials that we're going to be using. So the first thing that you'll want is a paper pack. There are lots of different styles of paper packs this year. So this one is very like cutesy icons and some really pretty classic colors. I like all of these and they make for some really pretty cards. So a lot of the paper packs have matching die cut sets, and these die cuts are perfect for what I'm going to teach you with the foam and just making them pop off the card a little bit more. There are also different size cards. So I'm kind of into these too, especially if you want to put a little bit of money in a card and send it to someone, or a Christmas letter or a note or something like that would be lovely in these. And then there's this like blue, wintry kind of giving me reindeer vibes that I really enjoy too. And I've been playing with a lot. Or you can get some of the small 6x6 packs, and they can cut up to some cute little packs as well. So there's some peppermint wishes. You can just cut these little sentiments right out of the pack and then be able to adhere these using a little bit of foam to give it some extra pop. So kind of message of today is to play with all the colors, play with all the textures, play with a little bit of 3D foam just to give it that extra kick. So I'm going to be using a paper cutter. You are more than welcome to just use scissors if you don't have access to a paper cutter. Those packs are all the different types of packs I've mentioned so far are all available at Michaels. There are little aisles where there's a beautiful display of all the paper crafting. So I highly recommend checking it out. I've already been there multiple times. But one of the packs I'm going to be using today is called Candy Brights. It's a Recollections brand, so you're going to get a lot of sheets. And let me just flip through this with you because how pretty. I love, if you have been around, the disco ball thing is a real thing right now. So there's a lot of cool colors. I love the holographic kind of imagery on some of this paper. And I think the 2 packs that I've picked out to play with today play really well with each other. So what I love about these packs too is that within the packs are some sentiments. So these little sentiments, I'm going to show you how to cut those up. And that's how I actually made this card. I cut out one of the sentiments, I cut out some background paper, and I'll show you how to put it all together. And that's what I did. So that's one of the packs I'm going to play with today. And another option that I really am loving is it's called Retro Christmas. And this is more of like a pack that has a lot of different elements inside of it. So if you don't want just paper, if you want some stickers, if you want some other things, or if you don't want to buy die cuts, but you want that die cut feel, this is a really good one-stop shop for that too. So let me open this up and show you what I got inside because it's a really good pack. Can't remember exactly how much it was. I know they're on sale now, but probably right around the $10 mark. And you're going to be able to do a lot of different kinds of cards with this. So here's what they got inside of this. They have this really fun paper. And I made one of the cards out of this paper. And it cracks me up because there are actually jokes on this paper, which is hilarious. So for example, right here, it says, what do you call a reindeer wearing earmuffs? Anything you want because they can't hear you. So there's some funny jokes on this one, but I love that retro vibe it's got going on. And then some of those retro snow globes. So we got a couple of different kinds of paper to play with. Some more traditional, some more retro and funky. I love these retro ornaments. Those are looking really cool. And then what's great about this paper pack too is that it comes with the die cuts I was talking about. So these are all die cuts that you can punch out, and then they're a little bit thicker cardboard, and you can use that thicker cardboard and we can mount those on our different cards. So all of the cards that I'm kind of showing you as we go are things that I've either made by cutting out the sentiments from the paper or punching out some die cuts or getting die cuts to match. And I think die cuts and paper together are going to make really simple, easy cards that look not very simple and look not very easy. It looks like you took a lot of time for someone. So these are great. And look at all that holographic feature on these stickers. So I can show you how to take these stickers and mount them. So for example, this snowman right here, I took this snowman sticker and I put it on a little bit of cardstock and then added that 3-dimensional foam in order to give it a little lift off of the paper. And look at that cool shine. So I am loving that. If you have questions as we go, please go ahead and put them into the chat and I'll see if I can help you and answer some of those questions for you. But I'm going to start with my Candy Brights pack and then I'm going to come back to this retro one. So we'll probably make at least 2 or 3 cards together today. And if I'm going too fast, if you want to try and do exactly what I'm doing, this replay will be available on our YouTube channel. So if I'm going too fast, you can of course tell me in chat, but also you can come back and watch this at your leisure. You can bring a friend, get the actual papers and come back and do it with me. So all of those are options for you. So this is the Candy Bright paper stack. And I'm going to be using cards that are also found at Michael's. The cards I get are these blank. I get these big value packs because I make cards all the time and I sell them at markets and things. So I'm going to be working with the 5 by 6.5 inch cards. They come in a set of 50. Now, when you're looking at these packs of cards, be careful because sometimes they're flat cards. I always like to have the ones that fold. So these are folded and then have envelopes that match that size. But if you want just one piece of cardstock paper, that's called a flat card, and you're welcome to use those too. But I like using the ones that are folded. So I'm always looking for envelopes and cards that are matching size. And like I said, the kind I'm using today is 5 by 6.5, but looking at all those different options I've shown you, I make ones as small as 3 by 5s, and I think they're adorable, or make these long skinny ones too that I think are about 3 by 7 or 3 by 8. And I think all of those different kinds of cards are lovely for different occasions. So in my card stock, in my paper pack, I told you that there's some papers that have sentiments. So all of these are lovely pops for your Christmas or holiday cards. So I'm going to go to the back here and I'm going to take out this piece of paper that has these sentiments. And I'm going to show you exactly how I made one of the cards I've been showing you, this one. So it has this sentiment on this piece of paper. So I'm going to take that out of my paper stack. And this is where my paper cutter is very, very handy, because I'm going to cut these sentiments apart so that I can use as many of them as I want to. So I'm using my paper cutter here to keep it nice and straight. And you can cut all of them apart as you go. And then you can just make a big stack and mix and match. I like to play with different colors and play with different paper layouts. So I might as well go ahead and cut these two while I'm at it. And I'm just trimming these down. This paper cutter that I have is Fiskars, but there's also, just like in the Cricut section too, just a simple Cricut paper cutter. I think there's a couple of other ones in the paper crafting section also that work really, really well. But I love the kind that slide. I'm a big fan. So that's my paper cutter. And then I'm looking at the sentiment and I want to cut a little bit because I see a little bit of white over here. So I just want to match that up and make sure that I get it. There we go. All right. Cool. So I want to pick a background paper so I can flip through that paper stack again and kind of pull out some cool different colors that I think would work nicely with that. I love this paper too. I love that pop of pink on that teal. That's really fun. The paper that I am going to choose though is going to be the one that has some words because I like that white background with those words on it. So I'm flipping through my paper pack to find that paper. And I think usually the paper packs have either 2 or 3 of each of the different designs. Managed to miss it. Gonna get it this time, I think. Oh, there it is. All right. So I'm taking out this paper. Now something like this with the words is directional. So you're going to have to decide right away, is your card going to go this way or is your card going to go this way? I know that my card's going to go vertically. And so I want the words to be in that direction. So my card, if you haven't already measured or if you're using a different size, you can go ahead and check yourself. This card is 5 inches wide and it is 6.5 inches in length. So I'm going to cut my paper 5 inches wide. So I'm marking up to the 5. That's right here. I'm going to cut a nice straight line with my paper cutter. And then it's 6.5 inches. So I am going to cut it at 6.5 inches, and then I'll show you what I do next. So I have this paper that's 5 by 6.5, and it fits perfectly, but I don't want it to take up the whole entire space. I want to leave a little bit of a border or a little bit of a trim. So what I'm going to do is cut this paper down just a little bit. And now that I have this in front of me, I can see that I want to cut down over here so that I have a nice straight line of words. And I probably want to cut a little bit on this side too. So I'm going to trim that down. And I'm probably going to be trimming about 1/4 of an inch. And I'm going to cut off that strip of words. And then that makes it a nice bottom. And I'm going to cut a little bit on the side too, just to kind of give us some space to mount it. I keep a trash can next to my desk so I can put my scraps in there as I go. And now you'll see that there's a little bit of a white border all the way around. So that's what I'm going to work with. And the way that I attach my paper onto my card is using double-sided tape. So you can use tape runners, you can use glue, you can use lots of different things, but I like to use double-sided tape. And I try and put the tape as close to this corner as possible so that it's going to hold down those corners and not let anything get in there and kind of pull it up and crinkle my paper at all. And you definitely do not need to tape all the way around. That's a lot of tape and you don't need to use all of that. But you do need to hit all 4 corners really well. You're welcome to put a little bit more if you're worried about it buckling or if you're worried about anything else like that. And then I'm going to kind of eyeball this and go ahead and push this down into the place I want it, leaving a little bit of that white frame all the way around. And so far I have these words, the sentiments that are on here. And then I've already cut out this really cute little piece of interest. And so what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to use adhesive foam tabs. Again, there's lots of options for this. Sometimes it comes in a roll, sometimes they come as circles, sometimes they come as these squares, but I love these. You get a lot of them. You get 272 of them in a pack. And so there's different sizes. There's these larger squares, if you can see that, and there's these smaller squares. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 4 of these squares and I'm going to go ahead and put them, they're stickers with double-sided. one of these larger squares in each one of these corners. And because they're double-sided, once I get them in each one of the corners, then I need to go back and I need to take off the other protective side. So now it's the sticky part right here. So I'm taking off each one of these foam pieces, the cover. And you want to find yourself a nice good spot. So again, I'm paying attention to the words and I'm going to put them so that this has a line of words and there's a line of words right underneath it. And then I'm going to try and hit the center as best I can. And that's it. So in just what, like 15 minutes, we were able to create a really pretty card. And we probably already cut some paper that we can use in future cards. So that's going to help all of our cards go a lot faster. So once you get the hang of this, it's very quick and easy, but it still looks absolutely fantastic. Look at that shine. And it has that little bit of pop that just kind of makes it special when you open it up and is like, there's a little bit more to it. So I love this one. And this all came from the Candy Brights card stack. I didn't need any extra die cuts because I went ahead and made a card with that. And then some of those other sentiments that were on that same page, you can make a card with each one of these. So you can make, I used the Marion Bright and put a nice foil leaf background on it and then popped it too with a little bit of foam so that it's standing up a little bit higher. Or you can go ahead and find through your paper stack and find something nice to go with this one and just make all kinds of cards within that same lovely color story. And it makes for really great Christmas gifting and card making. So the next thing I'm going to go to is I'm going to show you a little bit with the retro pack because I love the retro pack. And obviously the retro pack in these Candy Bright stacks can really mix and match because they have a lot of that same color in them. And I think that would be fun to mix and match some of those papers with each other. So if you have a little bit of a bigger budget, or if you're willing to make even more cards, might as well get more paper to make more cards. So I would go with that too. So I'm going to help you make this card next using our retro Christmas pack. And the retro Christmas pack, like I told you, has, not only does it have paper, but it also has these die cuts and these stickers. So that's how I made this one with Mrs. Claus. So I took these die cuts of Mrs. Claus and this Christmas tree, and then I just put a little bit of foam on those and put them on a peppermint background. So I really like that one. I love these holographic foil ones. So I think I'm changing my mind as I go, and I'm going to show you maybe something a little bit more like this. So I use this sticker up here, but then you'll notice I put a little backing paper behind it. It is still that 3-dimensional pop with a little bit of foam. And then I have the snow globe background. So I can go with that too. So what I want to do is find some of that plain pink paper, and it should be in the back of my stack. Here it is. And the first thing I'm going to do, this is a little bit of a different style, so I think this is a good idea. Someone's asking me about the prices of my cards. So it really depends. I'm a Michaels employee, so I do get a little bit of a discount. And so my costs are a little lower than some other people. But I think I usually sell my cards for about $2.50 each. Depending on what market you're in, you can do a lot higher, but I usually do about $2.50 or something close to that. And I usually do pretty well for myself. So I just attached this sticker to this pink backing paper. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my scissors and I'm going to cut around this. Well, first I'm just going to cut it so I have less paper to deal with. And then I'm going to kind of what they call kiss cut, like kind of match the line. And I'm going to go around and give it a little bit of a frame. So I'm leaving a little bit of that that edge to it. And I'm going to cut that as best I can all the way around. You can cut it exactly and you don't need to let any of the pink show, but I kind of like that extra little bit of pink showing. So I'm here for that. Yeah, and these paper packs come out not just at Christmas, they come out for pretty much every holiday. So I love going to markets with a whole bunch of Day of the Dead cards or Halloween cards or Thanksgiving cards, Valentine's cards, of course. All of that will be out in your Michael's store in these cute little aisles that have all the paper crafting things you ever dreamed of. So it's really fun to just kind of find your own style with these cards and just mass produce them, make them. There we go. I love the holograph on this. I think that's really cool. So the backing paper I used is just a piece of pink paper that literally comes in this pack. So they have a couple of solids at the back of this pack. This pack is awesome because it has cardstock, it has stickers, it has die cuts, it has regular paper, and it also has some extra like jewels and things to like really bedazzle and really go crazy if you want to. So I love that. And I'm going to go ahead and back this on these like sweet snow globes. So I'm going to use this as my backing paper. I'm going to get some of this out of my way. And I'm going to get out my paper cutter again. And remember, the cards that I'm using are 5 by 6.5. So again, make sure if your paper is directional that you know which direction you want it to go in. This is going to be my 5 going this way. So I'm going to take this 5. Any cardstock or any paper just gives that sticker somewhere to be and gives it a little more heft so that we can add the 3D foam. So anything like that's going to be great. That's my 5 in width, and then I'm going to go 6.5 because that's the length of my card. And then from there, I am going to cut a little bit more off, but I want to kind of look at it first to decide where I'm going to cut a little bit more off. So I think I might cut a little bit of this bottom off, and I think I'm just going to cut a little bit of this left side off to kind of center some of those snow globes a little bit. And then I'm going to have this piece in the center, which I think is going to be fun. So I'll just trim this down. I think I'm trimming it down just like, might be 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. Just depends on what you're kind of going for, how much of that white trim you want to see on your card. And I think I told you I'm going to cut a little bit of the bottom off. There we go. Perfect. And then the way that I attach my paper onto my card is using double-sided tape. So I don't double-side tape the whole entire thing. I just go for the corners and try to go as close to the edge without going off as you can, just to keep that paper nice and secure. I'm going to do all 4 of these corners. I'm curious if any of you are actually making your own Christmas cards, or maybe you do make your Christmas cards each year. What kind of cards are y'all making this year? I'm going to find that border. There we go. And then I have that piece of backing paper. And then all I need to do is add a little bit of foam. So because this is a round shape instead of the square one we had last time, I think I'm going to use a couple of the smaller little squares, and I'm going to put them in a couple of key places. So I'm going to put them in these 2 places right here to kind of keep the bottom of the snow globe. And then I think I'm going to do 2 more. Ooh, someone makes them every year. That's cool. I bet people who you send them to are like, what is she going to make this year? I love that. I had a neighbor growing up who she always drew her family. And it was so fun to see what drawing she was going to do every single year and to see the kids grow up as we went too, which is cool. So I'm just finding a nice home for it. I kind of want to cover up this bottom one. It doesn't have to be perfectly in the center if it makes more sense towards the top, or for me to cover up a little bit of this one. The kind of, I think you're asking about the foam that I'm using is adhesive foam tabs. So you can find this in the paper aisle with all the different runners, if you know what a tape runner is. And they're just really nice double-sided foam stickers. So you can also get a roll of foam also and just keep cutting your own little slices of the foam. But here's another one. And what's cool about, again, this paper stack that I have that has all the different things on it is this one comes with so many different stickers too. Let me find the sticker page. So these are all stickers. And so if I wanted to, I could take like this joy. It's a big long strip. Eek. There we go. And it's almost like washi tape. It's a little bit see-through, but I could cut that. And if I felt like this card needed a little something more or needed some words or something like that, I could add this little sentiment to it. Or you could even put it on the inside as a fun little, ooh, look, there you go. So you can use these stickers in lots of different ways. You can use them as borders, kind of like washi tape, or you can do it with, they also have letter stickers. So if you wanted to take the time and actually spell out someone's name or actually spell out something on the inside, you could absolutely do that. So stamping is, yeah, stamping takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, but they make for beautiful cards. So I think those are great kinds of cards. What I love about these is that you can do them very quickly, and you can do a lot of them. A washi tape is, that's a good question. I've never tried to explain it before. It's similar to masking tape, except masking tape is see-through. Washi tape is a little bit more transparent, so you can kind of see through this a little bit. Some washi tapes, like this one, might be completely solid, so you can't see through it, but they just make for really cool borders. So if you wanted to use them and lay down a border of a different color, or maybe have one of these peppermint stripes going across the top or across the bottom, or if you want a little sentiment, washi tapes are just extra embellishment for your cards. So yeah, so that's another one of the types of cards that you can make using the retro Christmas pack. So I guess I'm ranting and raving about this, but it really is a cool pack because it has the stickers, it has the die cuts, it has the papers, it has the solid papers. I mean, you can't really go wrong with this one. Yeah, linoleum stamping. So some people are talking about stamping to make their Christmas cards. And linoleum stamping is you kind of carving out your own stamps to be able to keep using that same stamp over and over again. So if you create your own very unique stamp, then you can use that same stamp to make a whole set of cards, which is lovely too. So these are some of the different cards that I've made with the retro Christmas pack and with the candy brights. I want to tell you some more of these jokes because they're hilarious. So in the die cut page, I'm going to punch out 2 of these. And these have jokes on them that I'm going to tell you. And again, feel free to ask questions in the chat or tell me a little bit more about your card making. But here's another joke for you. Are you ready? What do skiers eat for lunch? Icebergers. I mean, I am easily amused by knock-knock jokes and silly jokes. So I would absolutely love for someone to put that on a card and send it to me. Yeah. So here, I'll cover the answer this time. This one says, why are Christmas trees bad at sewing? They always drop their needles. So that can be for the funny crafter in your life too. So all of these are fun to play with. I think I'm just going to pick another one and kind of go for it. I like this Santa in the middle. It's pretty big. So I'm going to make another card while we're kind of sitting here chatting together using the retro pack. I love that Santa. And I want to flip through my paper and find something that I think will go nicely with Santa. So let's see. Maybe I want him on this funky poinsettia background. Maybe I want him on this retro ornament background. What else do I have? I have a feeling I am going to put him on either the candy cane background or this one with all the funny jokes. That's a little busy. I think I'm going to go for the candy cane background. There's also this really cool paper that comes in this one too that is metallic. Let me see if I can find that one. You should see, I love spreading out all over the place. I'm trying to keep it compact because I'm trying to be able to show you, but I love spreading out all over a whole entire table and just making cards the whole day. So let me see what I can find. Maybe not. Oh, there it is. Let's see. I love this one too. Ooh, I don't know. What do you guys think? Peppermint or holographic? I don't know. I can't decide. I think I'm going to go with peppermint. Yep, stickers work just the same way. And you saw that this one that I made. Oh, peppermint. Good. Thank you. Thank you. I needed some approval. So this was a sticker that I mounted onto paper and turned it into basically a die cut. So that's a good one too. I need some green with that peppermint. You're right. I do need a pop of something. Oh, I know what we can do. We can make a little frame for this guy. And we could put him on here. I like that. That's a fun idea. Okay. I saw somebody ask another question too. Let me check. Selling at markets, what would you say is the most popular type of card? So great question. I sell I sell to some of my friends who work at the same place as me too. I always think in an office setting, it is so important to have blank cards that can turn into whatever the occasion is. So if you make some really cool blank cards that can turn into a birthday card that everybody can sign, or can turn into a thank you card, or can turn into something, I don't decorate the inside. I don't stamp it. I don't put it. I don't gear it. I just make some really fun basic cards that can be turned into anything. And then you can write something on the inside and magically now it's a birthday card, or it's a Christmas card, or a thank you card, or whatever. So, all right, I'm going to do the backing paper first for my Santa. And remember, I'm using cards that are 5 by 6.5. So I'm going to cut my 5 in my width. And I'm going to cut my 6.5 going the other way. And you will probably want to cut this down a little bit more than that, but that's a good start because that is the actual size of our card. And then from there, you can decide how much of that border you want. I don't put anything extra inside of my Christmas cards, but I'm making some Christmas cards for my parents to send out. And so my dad comes up with like a little saying or a little phrase, and he just takes it, and my mom and dad put it into the Christmas cards so that it has my design on the outside, and then on the inside it has some kind of sentiment or something that they want to say. So you can kind of personalize it that way too, which I think is nice. So I want to cut this down a little bit so I can have a white border. So I'm just going to cut a little bit off at the top and a little bit off of the side, trim it down. And then I'm going to use my double-sided tape again in order to put this backing paper down. So we had the idea of adding this green. I'm going to show you a turquoise too, and you can tell me if you like the green or the turquoise better. I'm not putting the double-sided tape the whole length of the paper. There are some good Hanukkah packs, yes. And in the aisle where all the stickers and die cuts are, There's some great Kwanzaa. There's Diwali is coming up. It's actually this week, I think. So there's really great holidays for everybody in the everyday aisle, not just in the special sections for the holidays. So you can make these cards at any point during the year with some of those more basic shapes that are in that aisle, but they are for lots of different kinds of holidays. So I love that Michael's includes so many different holidays. So we have this, and the idea was that maybe we put a little bit of green on here, but I want to ask you too, do you think we should do the green or do you think we should do turquoise? What do you think? Green or turquoise? Green. I see one vote for green. Green. Okay, thank you guys. I know the turquoise does look good, but I think I'm going to go with green. And I think instead of doing the like matching little cut, I think I'm going to cut this into a rectangle and we'll see if we like that. So a lot of this, as you can tell, like we're doing right now, is just playing around with things and seeing what works and what doesn't work. So it looks like this is going to be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, a little more than 3 by 4. So I'll make it a little bit longer than that. Need some space on my desk. There we go. So it looks like I'm cutting at 3.5. And I think I'm going to cut at 4.5 and we'll see if we like that. Put my little Santa on here. How does he look? Ooh, yes. So just that, oh my gosh, I love this. So just that addition of that green paper makes it even more interesting. Turquoise would look good, especially ink blended. Oh, yes. Okay. I can't resist. I'm going to do the turquoise too, just to see which one I like better. So we'll have, I think I did 3.5. And I did 4.5. And then when you're doing a couple of layers, so I have the background layer, and then I have the die cut, and I have another layer, don't put adhesive foam for each one of those layers because at some point your card's going to be too thick to be able to mail. But, ooh, this one is a little more retro with that turquoise than that green. They're both looking good. So lucky for me, I could make both of them if I wanted to. I don't know what to do. Turquoise. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad that y'all are participating in the chat today. This is helping quite a bit. Okay, so what I have decided that I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this paper flat. Yeah, right. If I did both, I think that would just get a little too crazy, but I do like both of them. We could frame them. I hear what you're saying. I'm going to go with this. So I'm going to make this flat and I'm going to make this one pop. Snowflakes, yes. We have so many good ideas. What I love is we could all buy this same card pack and we would come up with so many different cards. Like we are not all making the same cards using the same materials. And I love that. Oops. I had to pull that up because I went over the edge with my tape. Okay, I'm going to find a nice place for this. I think here. And then I am going to have Santa pop a little bit. So turquoise towards the bottom with stars or snowflakes on the top. Yes. I mean, yes. And the fact that I have this candy brights too, that I could mix and match with, like, look at all the other fun options I could throw in there too. Santa can have some disco balls and some of these cool Christmas trees. So yes, yes, please. I love all the mixing and matching. Because this one's not a perfect rectangle, I'm going to do a little bit more with my smaller tabs. So I'm going to put a couple of these 3D foam squares all around, at least on the 4 corners. And if there's anything that's sticking out that I think needs a little bit more protection, I'll add it there. And this is up to you. Sometimes I want to put a big one in the middle. Sometimes I don't. It kind of depends on you and how you want to use your materials. So if you're trying to make a lot of things, you don't want to use up all your materials. It would be fine without this middle one, but I am going to keep the middle one so that it doesn't bend or sway in the middle. I'm taking off all of these backing papers. There we go. And I have the most adorable Santa with his reindeer in the sleigh. Love it. And I mean, why not? I could show you too how to use some of these papers down here. Ooh, this is cool. This peppermint with the turquoise. I'm having a hard time getting it. Here we go. You don't have to do this. This is just me playing around. Thank you. So you could take this a little bit of tape and you could make another little border. I don't really love how it's showing through because it is a little bit more transparent. I could put it on here and then it wouldn't shine through. But yeah, or you can take a sentiment like this Merry Christmas. And then you could just add this to the bottom if you feel like it still needs something to say a message, or you can put it on the inside if you want to also. So I'm still liking it. I'm into plain, simple, but still really beautiful. And we have a great time. So I'm going to keep showcasing some different cards you can make using these bundles. I'm not a huge fan of pink, but like, I don't know, it is pretty retro and it is pretty cool pulling off the colors of that poinsettia. And then this is another trick I could show you actually. When I am selling these at market, I put the card and I put the envelope together. And then this little piece of plastic, I take those, I don't have any sitting right next to me right now, but you know those sleeves that you put into a binder? I cut those sleeves into these little plastic strips, and then I wrap the card and the envelope together and use this plastic strip to kind of keep them held together. Because the worst thing would be if someone would buy a card from you and then they don't have an envelope to go with it. That would be the worst. So it keeps your card and your envelope together. And then I might put out a little shoebox full of cards for people to flip through and see which ones they like. So I love this. I know a lot of people put them into sleeves. That's a lot of work too. And that's a lot of extra product if you want to keep the cost low. So yeah, I just recycle those plastic folders from your binders, the paper sleeves, I guess they're called, and then use those as little strips. I also sometimes will print out my little brand sheet protectors. Thank you. I sometimes will print out a little piece of just white paper, printer paper with my brand on it and wrap it around with my brand too. So, and you're always welcome to sign your card, sign the back of them, let people know you made this by hand. It took some time because they were worth it. So here are some of my different cards that I've made with these two stacks that I have fallen in love with. And I'm going to come back and show you some more of the other stacks too, just because if these, I don't know. I don't know if the strips can be purchased because I just make them myself. But I do know that they have those plastic sleeves you can put your cards and envelopes in, and then they kind of fold over with a little adhesive. So thank you so much for coming. I'm just going to kind of exit you out by showing you a couple more sets of cards. So if you get one of those little 6x6 stacks, they have sentiments inside of them. So you can see I used some washi tape. You can see I used a little sentiment. This one, I even kept some of the white card here, but I love the way that it kind of goes over top and gives it some dimension. And that popping out part is also really fun. And then these are ones I was showing you before, but I love these die cuts. You can grab a pack of die cuts and grab a pack of paper that matches. They're all in the same place in the holiday aisles at Michael's. And you can make some really awesome, fun, all different size kinds of cards. So again, thank you so much for coming today. I had a blast. I hope that you did too. And I can't wait to see what you make. feel free to tag us at Learn with Michaels, and then I can see what kind of cards you made. So thanks for coming. It was nice to see you all.